For the record, I am the flesh and breathing man.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're breathing. So,
For the record, I wanted to make it known that I'm here on special appearance under threat, duress, and coercion. I need to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under.
so have a seat. Do you understand? Yes or no?
I do not understand.
All right. Do you understand what it means to take a seat?
I do understand.
All right. So take a seat.
If I don't come here, warrants will be placed, which I will be kidnapped and held hostage, and I do not want that.
Mr. Casanova, in the human flesh, I'm going to stop you right there. And I want you to hear me clearly.
All right, guys, today we've got a sovereign citizen going up against Judge Boyd, and this one is a bit different. Judge Boyd is taking a completely different approach compared to what we usually see in these kinds of hearings. Instead of being strict right away, she's actually trying to handle the situation with patience and calmness, and honestly, it's interesting to watch. It almost feels like she's thinking a few steps ahead while the defendant is stuck repeating the same arguments that don't really hold up in court. Let me know what you guys think about Judge Boyd's approach while you're watching. Let's go ahead and jump into the hearing and see how this plays out.
Hello, how's it going?
It'll be better.
All right. So my understanding, you want to represent yourself? All right. You're more than welcome to represent yourself, but here's the thing. Everybody says that they can be an attorney because all attorneys do is talk. That's what people think. But they don't realize there's a lot of knowledge, experience, and wisdom behind that.
Absolutely.
So if you want to have a jury trial where you represent yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. But once it's set for trial, it's going to trial, and no one's going to be helping you. The state is not going to say, hey, we see that you really don't know the rules, so let me tell you this rule. They're not going to be doing that. My job is not going to be to help you with objections, help you with motions. That's 100% you. Do you understand?
I do. And are we on the record?
No, we're not on the record. What, you want to put something on the record?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Sure. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2974, State of Texas Vector versus Hector Casanova. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? And are you Hector Casanova?
No, for the record, I am the flesh and breathing man. I'm here on a special appearance to clarify any misunderstanding. I am not the legal fiction known as Hector J. Casanova that is on the information there. I just have a few questions to clarify some things.
All right, so if you would like to clarify some things, then the person I need to speak to is the flesh and blood man known as Hector Casanova.
Yes, I am the flesh and blood man, Hector Casanova Jr.
All right, so you are Hector Casanova, correct?
I am Hector Casanova Jr., the flesh and breathing man.
All right, well, I'm glad you're breathing. So what did you want to place on the record?
Well, first, I don't understand the charges that are being brought against me. There are some clarifications I do want to.
All right, so just 1 second, but before we get to that, have you been given a copy of the indictment?
No, I have not.
All right, so we're going to get you a copy of the indictment. Just give me a moment. All right, have a seat. We're going to come back on the record with this.
All right.
So we're back on the record in 2024 CR 2974, State versus Hector Casanova. All right, Mr. Casanova, here's the thing. And I want you to hear me clearly, right? I am not your attorney. The document that has been given you is a copy of the indictment. I'm not to give you information about your indictment. That's the indictment. That's what we're here for. So any questions that you would have about that indictment, you're going to have to answer those for yourself. Otherwise, the person who will be telling you about what the indictment means and what the numbers are, that will be an attorney. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Oh, you don't understand at this point? It almost feels like we need some kind of system update for situations like this. Honestly, imagine if there was some kind of basic competency check before someone could represent themselves in court. Something like a mandatory reality check assessment for anyone choosing to go pro se, just to make sure they understand the basics before stepping in front of a judge, because right now, you've got people walking in and genuinely believing they can just declare themselves outside of the law, as if that somehow stops a judge from making a ruling. That's just not how any of this works. The reality is, the Constitution and established legal system already define how jurisdiction works, and no amount of self-made paperwork or theories changes that. Laws apply whether someone agrees with them or not. It's honestly frustrating to watch sometimes, because it turns serious court proceedings into unnecessary delays and confusion. At some point, you just have to accept how the system actually operates instead of trying to rewrite it on the spot.
What that means is, for example, we can go off the record. I'm giving you a hypothetical. All right. Let's say you needed surgery and you're in the middle of the wilderness, you need surgery, and you tell me and you tell the doctor, guess what? I'm performing this surgery on my own. I don't need you. I'm walking out of the hospital. I'm going to go in the desert. Now, maybe the doctor would try to stop you and do other things. But if you go in that desert by yourself, don't tell the doctor where you are. You take a scalpel out in the desert by yourself. You don't get to call the doctor and say, hey, I'm in the middle of the desert performing surgery. I'm going to be my own anesthesiologist. I'm doing all of this. How do you do this? Because they're not going to tell you. It's the same thing here. You're saying that you do not want to be represented by an attorney. You want to represent yourself. So that motion, that indictment, I'm not to tell you anything about what that indictment is. The state is not to tell you, oh, this is what this indictment means. This is the range of punishment. Those are things that you're supposed to do. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right. So just have a seat. This is what's going to end up happening. You're going to have an attorney. That attorney is going to come over to the court right now. You're going to speak to that attorney. After you speak to that attorney, we're going to go forward. Ms. Ferguson, can you call managed assigned counsel and let them know that we need an attorney over here? And that attorney will talk to you. That attorney will tell you what that indictment means. That attorney will tell you the range of punishment. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right. Well, I don't know how I can further make you understand.
Are we on the record?
Yeah. All right, Norma, get someone from managed assigned counsel here, please. All right, just have a seat and we're going to have an attorney come down. All right.
I would like to ask some questions on the record, if I may, while I have your time here.
Oh, no, let me just tell you, you'll have my time till 5 o'clock because that's how long we're here. What is going to end up happening is an attorney from managed assigned counsel is going to come down. Do you understand?
I do not understand because I don't feel like I am needing an attorney because I'm here to represent myself as the flesh and breathing man, Hector Casanova Jr. Let's see. All right, so let the record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova
Just one
Jr.
second.
The accused
Just
in
one
the
stop.
Yes, sorry.
All right, we're on the record. So what did you want the record to reflect?
So let the record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova Jr., the accused in this criminal action, has asked the court to divulge the nature and cause of the accusation upon the authority of the Sixth Amendment, and that this court has failed in its duty to inform me of the nature and cause of this action.
Man, this guy just seems to be digging himself into a deeper hole with every word. It really feels like he can't even keep track of his own position anymore. The judge has already laid everything out clearly, what he's being accused of and what the process is, yet he's still acting like he doesn't understand what's going on. It almost looks like he thinks stalling and repeating the same sovereign citizen-style arguments is somehow going to change the outcome, but clearly that's not how any of this works. At this point, it's just making things worse for him. What makes it even more frustrating to watch is how he keeps trying to avoid directly engaging with the charges. When someone is told clearly what they're facing and still acts like the facts don't matter, it turns the whole hearing into unnecessary confusion and delay. And just to be clear, court proceedings are serious. Misleading the court or making false statements can carry serious consequences. The judge has already been very clear about everything, so continuing down that path isn't doing him any favors right now. It really doesn't look like this approach is helping his situation at all.
Furthermore,
let me
let the
stop
record
you.
also show.
Mr. Casanova, let me ask you a question. Have you been given a copy of the indictment?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, so Let the record reflect that Mr. Casanova has been given the copy of the indictment. And the copy of the indictment, it tells him what he is charged with. You may continue.
Now, these charges, are they, civil? Is this a civil charge or a criminal charge?
All right, that is something that if you had an attorney to represent you, they would be able to tell you. What the court can tell you is that you are in a felony court and this is a criminal court.
Okay. So, this being a criminal, let the record of the court show that the action against me is criminal action. My following question would be, the Constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under the admiralty or military tribunal. In which of these two jurisdictions does this court intend to try me?
All right, so this is what is going to happen, Mr. Casanova. Someone from managed assigned counsel is going to come over and you can speak with them or not speak with them. But the questions that you are asking the court are not, some of them are not in any shape, form, or fashion related to the fact that you're in a criminal district court. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Okay.
But I don't think you'll be violating your oath of office if you did your duty under the Constitution. I am not seeking legal advice. What I want to know is legal intent.
Mhm.
I have the right to appear as myself in my own person without a licensed attorney. In order to intelligently defend myself, I need to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under.
Mhm.
Let's see. So therefore, will you please answer the question so that way this court is properly identified?
All right, you're in the 187 District Court. It's a criminal court. You're on the 4th floor.
Thank you. This Constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under
All right, I'm
admiralty
gonna
or military
Counsel,
tribunal.
I'm sorry, Mr. Casanova, in the human flesh. I'm gonna stop you right there. What is gonna end up happening, I want you to hear me clearly. An attorney is coming over for managed assigned counsel, period. That's it. So have a seat, managed assigned counsel will come over. Do you understand? Yes or no?
I do not understand.
All right, do you understand what it means to take a seat?
I do understand.
All right, so take a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Of course.
Usually, I'm not a fan of judges who come across as too soft, because I feel like that approach can be ineffective in certain cases. A lot of judges dealing with sovereign citizen-style arguments tend to either overreact or lose control of the hearing. But in this case, Judge Boyd doesn't feel soft at all. She just has a very calm, controlled approach that actually seems to work really well here. Instead of getting drawn into unnecessary arguments, she stays composed and carefully addresses each point one by one. It honestly feels like she's thinking several steps ahead and handling everything in a very strategic way. What stands out most is how the defendant seems completely unaware of how the situation is unfolding. He thinks he has everything figured out, but in reality, the judge is staying in full control of the courtroom and guiding the process smoothly. It's actually pretty interesting to watch because instead of escalating things, her calm approach keeps everything grounded and structured. Let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about the way Judge Boyd is handling this so far? Let's jump back into the hearing.
We have talked.
Mhm.
I've informed him that I'm here, to help him in whatever he needs help with.
Mhm.
He's gonna consider what help he thinks he might need from me, and I know he wants to put something on the record.
Okay, all right, and so you'll be appointed as standby
Yes.
counsel then?
I've kind of explained my role and what that means and how I can help him with something as simple as e-filing or that type of thing. So
All right, we're gonna go back on the record in 2024 CR 2974, State versus Hector Casanova. Mr. Casanova, if you'll come forward. Yes. All right, so Mr. Casanova, Mr. Bonk is going to be your standby counsel. And that's someone that if you have questions, you can ask him legal questions or what you may have.
Thank you for your consideration.
All right.
Uh,
And he informed me you wanted to place something on the record?
yes, for the record, I wanted to make it known that I'm here on special appearance under threat, duress, and coercion.
All right, who threatened or coerced you to come to court?
The county of Bear, Texas.
How
State.
so?
Well, if I don't come here, then warrants will be placed, which I will be kidnapped and held hostage, and I do not want that. So that's why I'm here under special appearance to clarify any misunderstandings and to let it be known where I stand on the record.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I said everything that needed to be said.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to recall your case in 1 month. It's going to be a discovery setting. So that's to make sure that you have all the information that the state has concerning your case. Do you understand?
I do understand.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset for Mr. Casanova. And after you receive all the discovery, then the next setting is going to be a plea deadline date. The state will tender an offer to you at the next setting. And then I'll give you your plea deadline date, and you can accept the state's offer, come to an agreement or not. If you're unable to come to an agreement at that time, it'll be scheduled for jury trial.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have no further questions.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson is going to give me a date, and then you'll sign it. Mr. Bach will sign it to signify when you're to come back. All right.
I appreciate your time.
All right, you're welcome. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, so we'll be back on July 29th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Yes.
If something were to come up and I need to maybe reschedule that date, is that a possible thing to
You'll
come
need-
up ahead of time?
You'll need to speak to the court coordinator, and they will let you know. I will tell you the rescheduling of cases. Are you in the hospital? You're not in the hospital, you need to be here.
Okay,
You understand?
so pretty much no excuse, be here.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know why this guy is smiling like that. He really seems to be playing this overly calm, buddy-buddy act with the judge, and honestly, it doesn't come across as very genuine. And then when he asks about moving the court date, it immediately raises questions about his intentions, because it almost feels like he's trying to delay or avoid dealing with the case altogether. But what he may not realize is that this kind of approach usually doesn't work in court and can end up making things worse for him in the long run. It really seems like he thinks he can navigate or play the system, but in reality, he's just putting himself in a more difficult position. What stands out most is how relaxed and smiling he remains throughout the whole process, which is definitely unusual given the seriousness of the situation. It makes the whole interaction feel a bit off, like he isn't fully taking things seriously. At the same time, it's hard to tell whether he truly understands the consequences of what he's doing or not. The judge has already given him chances to address things properly, but he still seems to be handling it in a way that isn't helping his case. Overall, I thought Judge Boyd handled this really well, calm, controlled, and professional throughout. Let me know what you guys think about her approach in this one. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. I post daily content, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and take care.